we've been having such a great discussion about this whole stereotypes within the black community, and we're not done with that conversation. So if you still have something to say about that conversation, like you, Tiana, I know you have a lot to say right now. First of all, thank you for everybody that called in.
Yeah.
But what we're gonna do now, though, is for all of you hip hop lovers. We couldn't be a show with I Review Hip Hop if we did not give you guys the hip hop review. Alright, so the hip hop review is going to be presented by Jay Lorenzo every Monday. So yeah, take it away, boo. It's all yours.
Good. I had to put my glasses like this because this is how I look when I'm studious.
Well,
right on my nose.
Very nice.
Right on my nose.
Try those
you gotta try it. They're medicated. They ain't just for play. Alright?
Really now?
They are. You can tap into that. Look at that.
Whoa.
Astigmatism.
Oh,
yeah. Here we go. Alright, we got the hip hop review every week, sponsored by iReviewHipHop.com.
Yes.
If you need hip hop, always go to iReviewHipHop.com. There we go. Alright, so it was a huge week last week in hip hop. A huge week.
A huge week.
We had some good.
I'm scared.
We had some good.
Yeah.
Enormous, right?
Enormous.
And then we had some
Enormous.
bad. Yeah, feel free everybody to chime in. So
We
had
some interesting.
We had some very interesting.
We did. We had a new thing in hip hop.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
Groundbreaking.
We're gonna get into that.
Let's talk about it. Don't keep me. Come on. I wanna know.
Okay. I want to know how y'all feel about this real quick. All right. We got Kanye West in an interview with Vibe called Big Sean the Beyonce of rap.
But I don't. Was that a bad thing?
Yes.
It's absolutely.
Yes.
Not to mention that
I don't think it's a bad thing. I would like to be the Beyonce of radio.
Yeah, because you're a woman.
You don't have testicles.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do, I mean, that's you.
I mean,
No.
Again,
But
going
still,
back to
like, all right, go ahead.
they called him the Beyonce of rap. So of course, Big Sean was frazzled. He said, you know, I just
Frazzled.
frazzled. You can say frazzled when it comes to Big Sean. All right.
you can.
You can. Because he's so. You know.
Wow. All right. Listen, guys. His views have nothing to do with the
You can. Hey, look.
Facts on.
I keep it facts only.
All right.
Any man that has a mustache, that thing is very soft. All right, you got a fade.
Anyway,
All right.
so what happened?
Okay, so Big
I'm
Sean.
scared.
Don't be scared.
I'm a punk. Gunshots.
Don't you gunshots?
Right.
Can we do it?
Yeah, sure.
Is it? That ain't it. That was the wrong one. DTF radio, baby. All right. Well, Big Sean said, you know, I just think he was like, I mean, Kanye says great statements. He's definitely an awesome man. I don't think I'm the Beyonce of rap. I think I'm the Big Sean of rap. Right. That's how you clean it up, because he really wanted to tell his boys, you know, we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to put the
But I don't
balls
know
on.
though. Did Kanye come out and say, like, was there previous beef between these?
No, they're on the same level.
Like Kanye maybe meant like, you know, because Beyonce is like, you know, she does her thing.
Kanye's soft too.
Did mean that.
Kanye's soft too.
He definitely did mean it
Stop
in a
it.
nice way, but out of everything you could choose to say, that's what you say.
So you think he meant it in a nice way?
Yeah, I think that was too. He doesn't.
I think that like I don't think Big Sean should be like offended by that.
Really?
I think he should. I think that Kanye should just be a little embarrassed that he couldn't come up with anything better than that.
Kanye is never
that's what
embarrassed.
happened.
Kanye is never embarrassed. Kanye is never embarrassed,
Bless his soul.
and I do think if you calling a dude a rapper, Beyonce, Solange, Maya,
Aaliyah,
it's not.
anybody.
I don't know how you take that as a
Drake
compliment.
might like that though.
Drake
Well,
may
come
like
on.
this. You gotta ask her. We'll talk about that.
Tiana has so much to say.
Yes.
We just have to bring her up
Come
here.
true.
Come on. What is it? Talk to us.
No, I don't think it was. Meant to be offensive. I think he was just saying like Big Sean is really big out here, but at the same time, you look at somebody like Big Sean compared to Wale, compared to Stali, all these other great rappers. Like, how can you put Big Sean on this pedestal? I mean, he only has this is his second album, like.
And I hate it.
The first one doesn't
Oh my God.
even count.
Really
This
paid
last
him
one
out.
even
I'm
has
leaving.
count.
I sincerely
Big Sean,
dislike his
this is
album.
a personal invitation to the Josi Marie Show.
Please come through.
And
We're gonna
defend
treat you
yourself.
good. Thank you so
And
much for
defend
being
yourself.
Yes. So
What else you got for us?
okay, so
Whoa.
that happened in hip hop. That was pretty
We
weird.
love Big Sean.
Yes.
And Kanye.
He's a great guy.
And-
He's a great person.
I did.
I just have my personal
Okay,
opinions.
and there you
Okay.
go.
All right, cool.
So that was the good. All right. Then we have Kendrick responded to Meek Mills's "Ooh, kill him, this."
Yeah,
You know,
I saw
but the
that.
stereo, that's my dude. Ooh, kill him. All right. So Kendrick was in Brooklyn, by the way, not too far from here in Williamsburg Park, and he was quoted as saying, "Quote, I've been doing this S word for years. Yo, Kendrick, I mastered this S word. I have no time for irrelevant N words, new N words. There's one N word in particular that needs to realize. There is levels to this S word. I'm a mother F word king." Kendrick said.
Kendrick Lamar, let me tell you guys this. I heard that song he did when he said he was the king of New York. I heard that.
Can't really argue with him.
Personally, I love Kendrick. I'm not like a big rap fan. I'm not, but I love Kendrick Lamar. He got swag. He can.
Positive. He
can say whatever he wants. At this point, if that's what he said, I don't care.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Do any of you guys care?
But he said that in front of the thousands of people that were at Williamsburg Park
Absolutely.
in Brooklyn, and it was just on some, I'm all of, 5'2", come see me.
Yep. Not with a nappy fade.
You see that short?
Okay. Yes.
He's like 5'5".
Yeah.
I'll give him 5'5".
He still can rap. I don't care.
It doesn't matter, but still, he held his own little bitty, K-Dot from
K-Dot. Compton.
Hold it down.
All right.
And he does.
And you know what? You can't really be mad at him.
You can't
At all.
though.
Can't be mad
At
at
all.
If somebody is that cocky and has the talent to back it up, let him be cocky.
That's hip hop.
That's
What do you want on
and
you?
that's what it's supposed
That's
to
I
be.
don't think Anaya is agreeing with this.
No,
What's going on?
because keep going.
I think he needs a little bit more, time in the game.
Oh,
No, I don't believe that. You're crazy.
This is what people don't know. He has had his time in there. People
Exactly.
just know Kendrick from Kendrick Lamar. You don't know from the K-Dot. You don't know from the Kendrick Lamar EP. You don't know from Take It Back to the Backpack. And he
Hello.
Take it back to the back. I told y'all in the white girl, it's not the other way around.
You better dap me up.
Come on, Sag. All right, there you go.
But that's what everybody has been talking about. But my personal opinion is that he don't even need to waste time with Meek Mill. Right. I think he needs to come and Drake. I think him and Drake need to go back.
No,
I think he's better than Drake. Personally.
No, I don't think, because Drake is another mainstream dude who has lyrics. He may be soft. He has an S curl. I understand this.
Oh my God.
He is, as far as mainstream, those are probably the two biggest names that have lyrical ability.
Well,
they can hold it down in both lanes.
In both lanes.
Both lanes, they can hold it down, hold their own ground in both, and still please both the backpackers and the radio stations.
And that's what hip hop needs.
There you go.
If you guys have an opinion on this topic, please call us. Jay Lorenzo is going to give you guys the number.
Yup, it's 718-484-7720.
All right.
So
Not
please
20, 20.
20.
20. All right.
Please feel free to call me.
What else you got? I know what I'm going to talk about right now.
Okay, here we go. All right, I need
Get to it.
I just need
All right,
turn it down real quick.
Gucci.
You want to talk about Gucci? All right,
Yeah.
we're not even going into it. All right, so
I can't wait. Just Gucci.
And watch it.
Gucci man, well, Gucci and everybody. Gucci man has been beefing with everybody. He's declared World War III on the industry. Now, last week, he got the walking papers from Atlantic Records. So they kicked him out. Now, I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know what he was doing, what he was sniffing, what he was drinking.
He was on that Molly, maybe.
He was on that everything.
Something.
He was on everything, but he just started to flip out.
But do you know how they're saying that, somebody may have hacked his account?
He's
No
lying.
way. No.
Because he always does
Gucci does not care
He
about
does that?
Yes.
anything. He does not care about anything. And
Yes.
he is flaunting that he has all walkers' rights and everything. Did you hear his response?
Absolutely, yes.
Do you know what's going on with this?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know exactly what's
It's crazy.
going on, what we're talking about right now, go ahead and explain to them exactly what's
Yes,
going on.
like I said before, Atlantic Records released Gucci Mane last week. So
Why?
No one knows.
No one knows. Did you not see what he did on Twitter?
Because of his rants and
on
because
Twitter.
of his
I just think-
recklessness.
But did you? Okay, they released him after he had that episode on Twitter.
I would release you too.
Right. So let's let people know what he was saying on Twitter. Like it was.
Calling out all
Everybody.
the girlfriends of
everybody.
everybody, telling about past sexual innuendos that they have had with the teams and just
Right.
everybody.
Now-
Who
now-
is anybody?
Now here's my thing.
The Nicki
Go ahead.
Minaj, Sierra,
Everybody.
Kelly Rowland.
Everybody.
And what got me is this, right? If you're gonna talk about people that you just had casual sex with, whatever. If you want to throw them under the bus, whatever. But what I do know is that, and a lot of people know this, is that girl Keisha Keor,
Yeah.
that publicly they were together.
Yeah.
So what?
But now-
Why is it that the
But now
person that you're
she's just,
claiming,
yeah.
she claims you, is obvious? Why all of a sudden are you out here throwing her under the bus and you've had threesomes
He
here
was
and
saying,
there?
he
It's
was
just
saying,
crazy.
Nikki, he was like, I pulled her up on his tour bus.
Yup.
She was sleeping in a car, and you can ask this person, this person, this person.
But why
and the
though?
people
Why?
that he was saying as he was beefing with. In the
Right.
next sentence, he was
Right.
like, yo, ask Waka. Then, you know, Waka.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my big, that's why I think.
But why do you think he did that though? Like, I want to get into his head right now. I wish he was here. Like, I just want to get
I don't
into
wish
it.
he was
But you think it was a publicity
Of
stunt?
course,
How could it be a
his name was
publicity
dying
stunt and then
down.
it gets dropped from his label?
It backfired. Clearly, he didn't think it through all
he
the
didn't think
way.
it through. Because Gucci is notorious for doing this. Gucci tries to, he's like the
He don't
boogeyman.
got no real friends.
He don't have real friends, no one's backing him up, and you know,
Do you think that he was just under so much? Because you know how the industry can get to you.
yeah.
Everybody knows that. You can snap and go crazy.
I think he is part power hungry from dangling that, hey, Waka, I still have your rights. Tell the record
Right.
label, 100,000, and I'll sell you.
You wanna say
You know, that's kind of power hungry.
And then
And I think that's just what he got out of it.
And then I think he was jealous of Waka. Waka
Why?
was always his shooter. Gucci was the general, Waka was the shooter.
Waka flocka flame.
Flame.
Yeah,
Waka,
shaking
wow,
her
wow.
ass.
I told y'all. I so much. I don't know this.
I know I'm gonna tell you, but Waka came up as his protege.
Wow.
Once Waka started taking off and getting that mainstream money,
National,
Gucci
international tours, he's so big.
making money, way more money than Gucci made. You know, there's jealousy that came in. Gucci was a very jealous person, and he's crazy. A little bit.
I think he got
That's
mental
crazy.
issues.
Yeah.
You think,
I think-
exactly, and
I think,
thank you. What do you
Yeah,
think?
if Amanda Bynes can have schizophrenia and be a little woo-woo, then
Okay.
why can't Gucci be a little
Because it's
man-
not
or a
acceptable.
lot?
The
Don't
man
have to
has
be
an ice cream
acceptable
cone
on his
on
face.
his
On his face.
On his face.
Okay.
The man
Right.
has an ice cream cone
Yeah.
and a lightning
Right.
bolt on his face.
And he may be
You
pregnant.
think he's-
We don't know.
he may be
For a couple-
pregnant?
For a couple years, I mean,
Have you seen his stomach?
I'm done with you.
Have you not seen his stomach?
I am so done with you, Jay.
Right. So Gucci
Wow.
is,
And he might be pregnant.
and he might be pregnant.
Let's just put that video on there. Gucci Mane just might be pregnant.
Gucci may be.
We're gonna be right back.
Yes.
We're gonna get right back into some of this discussion. We have more hip hop review topics to talk
Absolutely,
about.
because
But
I ain't
right
even get to
now,
the bomb.
you didn't get to
I
the
ain't even
bomb.
get
I
to
know
the
exactly
bomb.
what's coming.
Oh.
So everybody, hit the box. DCFradio.com. It's the Josi Marie Show, sponsored by iReviewHipHop.com.
Still with the hip hop review, we got a lot of things in hip hop to talk about. We got things we got to get off our chest this week. Okay, so an
Very
update.
eventful.
Shout out to David. You know, iReviewHipHop.com, killing it. He said, hey, make sure you tell him that Gucci Man is locked up.
He's
locked up?
Gun charges,
He was caught
drug
with a pistol,
charges.
some weed, and he was acting crazy. So Gucci, you know, all seriousness, we hope you get better. I don't know what's going on with you. I wouldn't want to fight you because he was. Did you see the video? When he was about to fight in the mall, he was about to fight an R&B singer. That's a bad look. A lady with a baby had to break it up.
A lady with a baby.
Then
A lady with a
again,
baby.
how tough are you with a lady with a baby? Broke up your fight though.
That's very true. Because he is pregnant, as we all know.
With an ice cream cone on.
All right, guys. No more beef on, like, really, like, come on, we're supposed to send out good energy. I'm talking about pregnant before
This is good energy.
This is good energy.
I'm scared. I don't want to walk outside and get shot at.
Oh, that's very.
We are in Brooklyn.
We are in Brooklyn, guys. We are in Brooklyn.
Yes.
I know we're protected in these walls, but when you step outside, you gotta start watching over your back because somebody said some guy is pregnant. It's crazy.
I don't want you to say these are all jokes.
But yes, it's all about fun. It's all about fun. But listen, I want to get back into what we were talking about earlier. You have more.
Yeah, but we can let it go.
Sure. No, it's fine.
Go ahead.
Do you think that we
Okay. Well, here's the biggest thing.
Say,
Here's the biggest thing. New York City was rattled.
oh, sheesh.
Rattled.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I like how we rattled.
Yes, you can turn down the music. DJ Prince, I need your influence too. I need you to feel me on this one. As a DJ. All right? As we all know. Legendary DJ. DJ 2 Biggie.
Oh my God.
DJ the Big Daddy Kane. DJ Mr. Steve. He's caught not once.
But
Not twice. Not thrice.
not thrice. You
Not
can
thrice.
add
Thrice.
to it.
Thrice. But a fourth time. And this is all that we know.
Yeah, say it.
A fourth
I'm
time
ready.
With a male prostitute.
Actually,
It was a transgender woman.
A transgender.
Correct.
And according to this, what's her name? Bimbo something.
Bimbo
Bimbo
Winehouse.
Bimbo Winehouse.
Yes.
According to Bimbo Winehouse,
Bimbo.
he transgender. He was not. She.
It's politically correct.
It's she.
It's a she.
Okay.
This is not
She.
what Joe said.
According to Bimbo herself wasn't a prostitute. She's saying that Mr. C thought that she was,
And that's the thing that got me, because you can hear him in the audio talking about money being
exactly.
exchanged.
So why?
you're not a prostitute. I mean,
right? How can you say 500?
Right,
You ain't
exactly.
got 500. Yeah, I heard that.
now,
That's crazy though. Yeah,
yes.
go back to that.
So yes. So he was caught last week, and he actually resigned from hip hop's staple Hot 97.
Did.
And he came back after
Willingly.
Willingly, he said, you know what, I wanna leave. And they had an interview that Thursday, because it happened on Wednesday. And that Thursday they brought him back. But here's the thing. Here's why people are up in arms. Personally, I don't care what Mr. C's preference is.
Right.
I don't care. He's a dope DJ. Can we all agree on that?
Yes.
He's a legend.
He's a legend. A hip hop staple. He helped build hip hop to where it is right now.
I don't think anyone would argue with that.
No one's arguing with that. The thing about it is that not only is it a crime
Right. Mm-hmm.
to
Solicitation.
solicitation,
Right.
solicit a prostitute, but you know, he's famous. He's famous in the hip hop community for doing this. Why are you riding around your car? Always. This is the fourth time that we've caught him, the media, out in his car with a prostitute.
I think that the fact that it's interesting you said it's two things. The
It's two
fact
things.
that he was breaking the law,
Yeah.
but then also because he is a famous person
Yes.
and a famous individual. I think it should only be one thing. I think it should just be the fact that he was breaking the law. Because at the end of the day, I feel like he has things that he's battling within himself.
Yeah.
Whether he's famous or not, he's gonna go through those, those moments where he's gonna battle with this, sexuality. I don't know. He doesn't consider himself gay, but he does that. I don't know. But whatever he's dealing with, like famous or not, you're gonna go through certain things that are gonna try you. And it's just like sometimes we feel like these famous people shouldn't go through anything that's tough because they're famous. Or do you get what I'm saying? I think that the only reason why people should look at this and say, oh my God, what were you thinking? It's not because, oh, but you're famous, you shouldn't be doing that. No, that doesn't matter. It just should be because you're breaking the law, period. That's why people should look at it, in my opinion.
Right.
That's the only reason why people should be like that. But if he's not breaking the law, but if he likes transgender, transsexuals, whatever he likes, go ahead, do your thing. Whoop whoop, we love you anyway. But if you're breaking the law, that's a problem. But if I don't know, I just
In real life, though.
yeah, real life.
Speak on it.
In real life, though, one of the only reasons it got as big as it did is because it was with a transgender prostitute.
Yeah.
Famous people break the law all day, every day.
All the time.
And
Elliot
talk about
Spitzer,
it and get glorified for
Anthony
it.
Weiner,
Anthony Weiner.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Only
Right.
the only reason that it was made into as big a deal as it was is because he's such a big deal in the hip hop community and because he did something with a transgender person.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about.
That's the only. I mean, it's not the fact that,
Do you think
that
that-
he was with a prostitute or that he even broke the law. God, they talk about doing that all the time.
Especially in hip
It's
hop.
not
with women.
exactly. It's
you know?
exactly.
As long as it's a woman, it's okay.
Right.
It's like,
it's
they
a real
just
woman and not a legally changed woman,
Right.
But the fact that that's what it was is the only reason it was even an issue, which is not okay.
Right,
So,
exactly.
So does masculinity in hip hop forgive this?
No.
Is it okay? I want to hear DJ Prince as a DJ, as somebody who looks up to see as a DJ. What's your take on it as far as like hip hop and its masculinity? Is that okay now in 2013?
As for 2013, people think that it's okay, but 20 years ago, he would definitely not
it would have
get
been
away.
over.
So you think in the hip hop community, people are like, oh, all right, that's cool, it's okay, really?
Because at the end of the day, people don't. I mean, like going back to what you're saying,
I
if at the end of the day, people don't care. That's what you do. That's what you do, but don't put it out in the open. to make yourself look crazy.
I just don't want to see him getting caught anymore. Like, that's the thing.
Well, you know what? The thing is, I think that one of the things he said in his interview was that he is sorry and something like this. He's sorry to the audience, the listeners, because it took a video for him to come out and say this. Do you guys think that if in advance he's been caught how many times?
Well, we know.
Well, remember he said something. Remember he said something like, you know, when he was having a discussion with his fellow co-worker, that he was saying that he was doing it, that he would never get caught.
Right.
So
but my question is this though: if he had came out and said, "I'm Mr. C. This is what I do. This is what I love. I love not. Let's not say soliciting prostitutes, but let's say that this is what I love, transgender.
Right.
You know, that's what I'm into." Do you think that his career would have gotten as far as it had if he had disclosed that way?
I don't even think
No.
he would have
No.
came out
That'd
and
have been
said
suicide.
No.
that. He wouldn't have even come out and said that
Right.
at all.
But he's apologizing and saying, you know, it's so sad that it took a video for me to come out and say this.
Because what can you do now? He has to do damage control now. But now it's out there. You can either.
Because the last time he got caught, he denied on the radio, right?
And-
Just,
and now there was
just a few
video.
months ago, right?
Right.
So he denied when he got arrested in May when he got arrested.
Exactly.
Right. So 20 years ago, no way.
No way.
10 years ago,
No way.
No way.
No
Especially being, and this is what we're talking about, especially being somebody who's so prominent. Like, if this was an unknown DJ or somebody that was coming up, it wouldn't be so big. But this is Biggie's DJ.
And he talked about being of Caribbean descent.
Caribbean descent.
Exactly.
And how it's not accepted.
At all.
Right.
And I've had a conversation actually with an individual who's also from the Caribbean, you know, from Jamaica. And this individual said, I'm actually proud of him to come out and say that. Because in the Caribbean, like you said, it's like you can get killed for that.
Absolutely.
You know, they will murder you for something like that, for having that, for liking that. You know, it's crazy. So do you guys think there's a future for him in the hip hop
Absolutely.
industry?
Yeah, I think, Ebro, the program director, did a really good job of guiding that conversation and setting the table for what Hot 97 was going to embrace as the staple of hip hop, what they were going to embrace, and you know, how that was going to lend itself to a larger healing conversation just for hip hop.
Right.
So I mean, you know, yeah, that was huge.
And the news made MSNBC
And the New York Times.
and the New York Times. So I mean,
That's big.
That's
I didn't know he
big.
made it that far.
Exactly. So and now people are like, okay, well, Hot 97, which is normally thought of as a male, masculine,
Misogynist.
New
right?
York.
Yeah.
Now they're accepted of their brother, which is also in turn means, okay, you know, we're making a lane for everybody.
Okay.
And that's huge.
That's good. That's
It's
a big
huge.
step forward.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this though, before I almost lost my train of thought.
Right. You want me to help you find
I
it?
love it. Yes, you guys find it.
I got you.
I'm done. No, I'm gonna ask you guys this. I really had this good question, but I'm gonna have to come back and ask you guys. All right. So in a few minutes, we're actually going to have a published author in the we already have a published author in the building, but we're gonna have another one. We're gonna have a discussion with this lady. Her name is Pink Maxwell. We're gonna talk about her book, A Scorpion's Sting. It sounds very. I'm very curious. So she's in the building. We are going to sit down with her in a few minutes and find out what the book is about. And so all of you guys out there, if you have any questions for published authors, if you want to publish your book in the future, or if you have an idea, like if you don't know where to start, if you have some question, if you need advice about publishing a book, go ahead and contact us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Michelle and Anaya are going to take care of you guys. We're going to take your questions. But we'll be right back in a few. We're going to turn it back to DJ Prince. Yeah.
Yep.
I just remember my question. So I'm going to ask you when we come back.
Here
All
we
right,
go.
let's go, DJ.